So over here we have the second part for question number 9. So it asks us to describe the process of photosynthesis using the term oxidation, reduction, oxidizing agent, and reducing agent. Just to recap, photosynthesis is when plants make their own energy using carbon dioxide, light, water, and create oxygen and glucose, which is energy. Just to put it in very simple terms, reduction is basically losses, oxidation is basically gains. And this table is coming back from earlier, but we're going to be focusing on this first one, which says the oxidation number of an atom in an element is 0. And an example of this is O2 gas. So now this is our photosynthesis equation. And from earlier, you can see our oxidizing numbers over here, like +4, -2. And as you can see here, the C in glucose and the oxygen over here both have a 0, just because we just saw that in the table earlier. So now we can get into the reduction oxidation stuff. So over here, our first thing is that CO2 is an oxidizing agent. But why? As we can see here, carbon dioxide is reduced to glucose right here. So over here, for oxidizing agent, this is because, as you can see here, carbon has a +4, while this carbon has a 0. As we know, electrons have a charge of -1. So what happens here is that we are accepting or gaining 4 electrons. So because of that, we are having a +4 -4, so that becomes 0. And because we are gaining electrons, that makes it an oxidizing agent. As we said earlier, oxidation means gaining. But the reason why this is carbon dioxide is reduced to glucose is because we are going from +4 to a 0, thus reducing. On the other hand, over here, we have water as a reducing agent, and it is being oxidized to oxygen. So as we said before, reduction means we are losing. So over here, we have -2. So this means oxygen has 2 electrons. And we are getting rid of those 2 electrons, aka we are losing those 2 electrons over to oxygen. So that means that it is a reducing agent because it is losing 2 electrons. But once again, water is being oxidized to oxygen because oxygen is gaining something. Okay, and as you can see here, we have leftover stuff. So this oxygen in this carbon dioxide is just going into this glucose, while this hydrogen is going into the glucose as well. So everything is accounted for.